Hello my friends, and today at the time of this recording, Tears of the Kingdom released 5 days ago, and I have played it a good 30 hours, but I mean, it's like a big Zelda game, so you know, that's like a drop in the ocean. So, I thought I would do something a little new, something of a first impressions of the sequel to one of my favorite games of all time. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first off, why am I doing this first impressions video in the first place? I don't usually do first impressions videos, like I didn't do one for Metroid Prime, and I didn't do one for Bowser's Fury. But this game is really different. This game is a big Zelda game. It's like gonna take at least 300 hours to 100%. And I've only played it for 30 hours, so it's definitely gonna take a lot long to beat. And since it's so huge, and since it's coming off one of my favorite games ever made, and it's looking to be pretty close to being my favorite game of all time, if not tying with Breath of the Wild, then I'm definitely going to want to give it a pretty good following on my channel with a big review that's long and a bunch of videos, and that plus how long it's going to take to beat is going to take a long time before any real Tears of the Kingdom content hits my channel. And since everyone else is talking about Tears of the Kingdom, I want to do that too. So I want to do one close to launch, a first impressions video, just to tell you guys my first thoughts, so you have something. Okay, so one of my biggest complaints with Breath of the Wild is the dungeons. Like, I didn't like the shrines, which isn't exactly a thing that I'm happy about with this game, but I did think that the Divine Beast could improve a lot. I wanted more distinct themes. I wanted them to be more substantial and more like a Zelda dungeon. This game fixes that. The dungeons in this game, well, at least one of them is. I did the Wind Temple for the Rito first, and then it's basically all I want. It's not a normal one with like keys and like, I don't know, mirror puzzles or something like that, but it's pretty much along the lines of what I want in a dungeon, and also it has a very distinct theme. I do not know if the other dungeons will be as this good, but at least one is, and I have high hopes. Oh, and also the boss is really good. I don't know if the bosses are going to be good for the other ones, but it's difficult. It's distinct. It's a lot better than the whatever Blight Ganon's in the first game, whatever. And also, the idea of like saving Rito Village from a blizzard is just really cool. And Tulin as a character is also really nice. And I love like the sequence going up the mountain to the cave to find Tulin, and like the sequence on the Sky Islands going through them. I just really liked it. It was a lot of fun, and I hope the other dungeons are good too. So, the story in Breath of the Wild was underwhelming at best. Like, it was an intrinsic-based story. It left you to piece it together and imagine what the battles were like. I didn't like it. I wanted more character development. I wanted to see more of the characters. I just wanted more of a structured plot. This game seems to be delivering. I like the whole mystery of where Princess Zelda went, and I've gotten like 4 or 5 of those like crop circle thingies with the memories and the cutscenes. I've gotten a few of those, and since I did the one dungeon, I like the character development of Tulin. That's good. And the whole like Demon King Ganondorf scary, I like it a lot. So far, story thumbs up. Could go really down or really up, depending on what happens next, but fingers crossed. So far, it's good. So, next is the story. The story does tie into this next thing, but it's the mood, the atmosphere, the vibe. It's the beginning sequence of this game is beyond. Like, you're with Zelda going through the caves below Hyrule Castle, looking for basically what is the source of the gloom, the stuff that lowers your maximum hearts. So they find this dried up Ganondorf, which is the scariest, creepiest adaptation of Ganondorf yet, and after that, things do start to get a little more serene and beautiful, like in the beginning Skyrim, like this version of the Great Plateau. And then you get back down to the surface. It pretty much keeps going with that. It keeps up the Breath of the Wild vibe of serene and beautiful. But then you find this massive like pool of gloom with a hole in the middle. And then you go down there and then you jump into it. And then you find it pulled a Skyrim. Like, oh my god. There's an entire underground section of this game that you have to light and like basically light and make your own path like a dungeon crawler to find these like light root things to light it all up. And I think this is where the most scare comes from, because it's super tense, because the stakes are high, because if you get infected with the gloom, then you lose your maximum hearts. And also the enemies are, I believe, they take double as many hits to kill, and they do double the damage. And every hit from them takes away a heart from you. So I think that heightens it up, and it's super fun looking for Pose and mining for Zonite, which are both really useful in this game, because with Pose, you can easily buy like Muddle Bloods and Puff Shrooms and Bomb Flowers, which are very overpowered and valuable. So I just like it, and like if you're not careful, because you have to light your own way, you can just stumble into like a Lionel fight, and that would be not favorable. It would be very scary. And I have ran into a big boss enemy by accident there and had the pants scared off me. So this game is, they lived up to saying that it was on par with Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess in terms of the atmosphere. Because at least in the underground part and the beginning section, it's already on par with those. So obviously Tears of the Kingdom is living up to the hype. It was very much worth the wait. But will it truly surpass Breath of the Wild? Well, I don't know. But it'll surely be a very good game. And watch out for my review and tons of more videos about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. And until then, I'm NateBob27. Catch you in the next one.